Good evening. Hello, everyone. You know who I am. I'm going to introduce everyone else. 'Cause I don't care about myself. We have with us Zai. We have with us Cutie. We have with us Shirley, Miss Rarity, Fangirl, and
Hi.
Trade. Okay, everyone, intros
That
are
was
over. Everyone start with the
quick. You're
news.
so mean.
Okay, then.
All right, real quick.
It's not like we have a packed show.
Yeah, so real quick news. This will not be pony related, but unfortunately, we have lost another great icon of history this past week. Sad to say that Hugh Hefner.
We do have to define greatness in this instance.
Well, as a man who not only fought against censorship, fought for free speech, the equal rights of both black, whites, men, women, gay,
And who tried
gay, straight, and transgender.
and who tried to bring about a change in the sex industry that was a little bit more humane and less about the degradation.
Yes. So say what you want about him, but I would like to say honor to Hugh Hefner, who died at the age of 91 this Wednesday. Natural causes, by the way. However, for those of you who might say that he's a divisive person, I can totally understand where you might be coming from. There's a lot of butthurt feelings about the porn industry, and one could make an argument about taking advantage of women through porn, but need I remind you that Hugh Hefner not only paid his models very well, but he also made sure that they were treated like family whenever they came back for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than can be said about some of the porn industries today.
You were saying that before the show started, he was quite loyal to his wife as well.
Very
Yes.
much so. Even though he had a harem of girlfriends, which by the literal definition, he had a harem, he still was very loyal to his wife. And his wife, his second wife, was very fine with it. His first wife just couldn't do the relationship, and he understood it.
As I was listening to Fresh Air on NPR, and they re-aired an interview with Hugh Hefner. As from what I heard there, his first marriage failed, and that's when he, as sort of a getting away from the period, that's when he founded Playboy Enterprises and started publishing.
Pretty much, and just for reference, Playboy originally wasn't a nudie magazine. It was
there were nudie bits, but
the very first Playboys out were just stories and articles. That's where we get the joke. I read it for the articles.
and to be fair, quite a few of the articles were pretty extraordinary for their time.
Very much so, and they had very in-depth interviews with very interesting people. Actors, authors, government officials, military, law enforcement, businessmen. But one of the things that actually was amazing is that the stories in the articles, those classic stories about, the naughty stories that you got to read, the first erotic fan fictions to be published in modern America.
Kind of like, Penthouse Forum kind of takes the cake with that. But
yes, but they do it in the lowbrow way. Playboy's first stuff, they actually had guest writers like Neil Gaiman coming on to write on a couple stories.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be. I think there might have been a few. Crap! Why can't I think of his name? Hunter S. Thompson articles.
Yes, actually, there was.
So if you like your erotic fiction, thank Playboy.
Yes, and also for you Brony fans out there who love the joke, I watch it for the plot. You can thank Playboy. Anyway, I personally, I am somewhat saddened, but because I saw Hugh Hefner not necessarily as a purveyor of porn and filth or just the classic Playboy in general, but I saw him as a man who fought for very progressive ideas, especially in the 1950s. And I really hope that whoever takes up the reins, or if Playboy even continues, that they really do try to live up to his message of equality and freedom of expression.
Very well said.
And unfortunately, the obituaries do not end there. As earlier in the week in the pony community, the Spanish voice actress for Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks for the role of Sonata Dusk, Hiromi Hayakawa, has unfortunately passed away. And unfortunately, she was not alone. She was unfortunately pregnant at the time of her death, and the baby has not survived.
Oh.
I will read little bits of the Equestria Daily article where we get all of our news. She unfortunately suffered from a hemorrhage during her pregnancy.
Ooh,
A very common thing that can happen with
complication, yeah.
I'll have to do more research and to figure out how exactly she passed on, but it is a very sad event nonetheless for not only Hugh Hefner to pass away, but also Hiromi Hayakawa. No matter what they did and what their talent was and their positions in life, it's a sad occasion nonetheless for someone with such talent to pass away. Especially
Even more so when they lose their child in the process.
Yeah.
My heart honestly goes out to her husband.
Yes, so I think a moment of silence in order for that.
Indeed. Let's move on to the regular news. Now, for future reference, I'm not going to talk about any of the trailers and clips that have popped up. I have not put the links anywhere in the news, so if you guys are going to ask, oh, what do you guys think about that? We don't. We just don't think. We don't know.
We are literally brainless.
Why do you think we're working for this show?
We don't think, therefore we aren't. Anyway.
Even though we literally analyze episodes and give fic and anime reviews every week.
I think it's more I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Very much.
Thank you, Adam Savage. Anyway, we have a toy review on Equestria Daily. It's an unboxing. Apparently, there is a My Little Pony the Movie promo treasure box. And it includes all sorts of toys. Like you can get some of the Guardians of Harmony stuff, or an obligatory plushie, all kinds of stuff in the box. If you want to take a look, just click on the link that my co-hosts are probably frantically searching for in the Discord right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you posted
Something
the
like
links
that.
only just up there, didn't you?
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Oh, there has been quite a few messages since you posted that.
Yeah, it has. Like a couple hours worth, actually.
Here we go.
Thank you, cutie. Moving on.
Great Greymane's on top of it. Well done, Greymane.
Meanwhile, in Russia, in Great Mother Russia, with all our vodka, there are My Little Pony movie puzzles appearing.
I'm actually surprised that My Little Pony the movie is allowed in Russia.
Why?
Why? Because it doesn't support the communist thoughts?
No, because Putin's just fucking crazy, and if it's not manly and getting drunk and beating the crap out of something, then I don't see how it would be allowed there.
How do you know they're not talking about getting drunk?
He secretly likes ponies.
Is for women and young girls.
Anyway, moving on from that, before we get into hot water, My Little Pony the movie, available for T-Mobile Tuesday on the 3rd of October. I'm going to read the article.
Wait, you mean you can download the movie?
Let me read the article first. Their T-Mobile Tuesday app has a deal happening next week for tickets to the My Little Pony movie. They don't list exactly what the deal is, but that's usually how they do their deals. It's supposed to be opened every Tuesday. So if you have the T-Mobile Tuesday app, keep an eye on it, especially on the 3rd of October.
Damn you, Verizon!
Moving on to a moment in merch. We have one of those random merch articles that Equestria Daily loves so much. We got bags, posters, puzzles, exclusives, and more. And it's mostly the My Little Pony movie stuff, of course. Like you got posters of the main 6SC ponies, which you can find at Walmart, apparently. Got all sorts of coloring books and stuff.
Walmart.
Walmart.
And
Walmart.
a movie One Piece thing. It's a onesie, basically.
I was about to say,
Okay.
I thought you were talking about something else with One Piece.
No, not the anime.
Thank
Sadly.
God. I was going to say, fuck One Piece.
I actually find it hilarious how everybody just despises One Piece now. When it first came out, it was the shit. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, get One Piece, One Piece!" I watched it. I was like, "Okay, this is kind of entertaining." And now everyone's just like, "Fuck
watch it.
One Piece."
I used to watch it.
I said
and
that's at the beginning.
Hang on, I know we're getting off topic, but why is that the case? Just
I
briefly
don't know.
explain why that's the case.
I don't know. Like for me, I don't know. When I was watching it on TV, like I used to enjoy it when I was watching it, and then like it stopped being aired, and then I was just like, oh, wait, why the fuck was I watching that? That was literally my reaction.
Like, if anything, you should have that reaction for Naruto, which is still going on to this day.
Well,
and has a new
Naruto's a
series
huge part of
going
my
on
childhood.
as Boruto.
Well, that's
Naruto had a
the
kid.
sequel. though.
Naruto's kids, the second gen
Yes.
of the ninjas who are really bad at their job.
But hey,
It's
how
still
many other
going
shows
on.
come from our ships? Come on,
We
they have the
keep going.
guts. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's continue.
back to the actual news,
Back to
rather than
mummies.
complaining about anime. We got Walmart. They got an exclusive Sequestria set.
Sequestria.
Yes. I did not-
Honestly, okay, guys, before you go on that trade, I just need to say something, guys. Say sequestria. Just say it a little too fast and say it like it's a word that actually exists in your vocabulary.
Sequestria.
Sequester.
Sequestria.
Sequester.
They've been sequestered. Equestria has been
What does
sequestered.
that mean?
Since when the hell did they go to trial?
Being sequestered means that you've been asked by a judge or a legal authority to appear in court.
No, that's a
Uh,
subpoena.
I bet.
A subpoena is different. A subpoena means you have no fucking choice. A sequester is mean you're. Let me double check. I might be wrong with my terms.
Yeah.
So sequester
I-
means a jury is
I
put
bet-
aside in a hotel.
I bet Sequestria. I bet
Oh
the
wait,
new.
that's right. Excuse me, Miss Rarity,
Yeah, you
correct. To be sequestered means that you are isolated or hidden away in some fashion. In a legal sense, if a jury is sequestered, that means the jury is not allowed to watch TV, read newspapers, or talk to anyone.
So basically, Sequestria is secluded.
I wonder if their news news tabloid is Equestria Saily.
What?
Ooh.
I will forever bring back that joke. It was one of DJ Cider's jokes.
That was a bad joke.
Moving
It was
on
one of
to the
DJ
category.
Cider's. I was
And you should
making.
really feel bad.
Joke and you should feel bad.
It's a pub crawl joke.
Moving on to the category of humans.
Oh, go away! You don't want that.
Tales of Canterlot High Netflix series, possibly scheduled for October the 10th.
Sweet, I'm down.
I like their redesigns on the clothes. I like the
They are
clothes.
very cute. They are very cute.
Except the only thing is Sunset spikes are just a tad overdoing it.
Also,
Read the article.
oh wait, before you do trade, I'm sorry, but also, AJ, put on some goddamn jeans. Stop
What
wearing.
are you yelling at me for?
Your human counterpart doesn't wear jeans. She wears skirts. It's wrong. You're a farm girl. Wear some low riding hip huggers.
Why can't I wear a blue jean skirt?
Because that's really hard to farm in.
You think
Or
that's
maybe
bad?
You think she's gonna farm in that?
You think I wear them for the farming? I wear jeans all the time. When my human counterpart wears jeans all the time when she's on at her
At
farm.
home?
No,
Yep.
no. We'll have a compromise, okay? Daisy Dukes.
I think the school board might be a little put off by those.
Anyway, you think that, before I read the article, you think that's bad. Look at this image that they used for this article. Look at Rainbow Dash's shoes. Look at
Oh
the
my God.
heels. Look at the heels.
You've never heard of high tops?
Those aren't high tops. Those are toothpicks.
Those
Those are
things are like
Actually, trade. Do you know what these are? These are the original Rainbow Rocks outfits from the shorts.
Huh.
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
stab
interesting.
someone with those.
Yeah, she probably has. Anyway, reading the article, back in August, it was announced that there was a listing for a Netflix series of Equestria Girls. And let's see, according to an Australian Netflix scheduling news site, Tales of Canterlot High lands on October the 10th and is labeled Season 1. So maybe at least in Australia on October the 10th this will happen. But we don't know much else other than that. So keep your eyes on Netflix on October the 10th.
Well, I'm having trouble finding the picture, but one thing I can at least say for the new outfits is that finally Rainbow Dash is wearing some fucking pants.
I have the image right here. In fact, it was my next article of news. There you go.
Yeah, Dashy gets to wear some pants.
Finally,
Okay.
pants.
That's pretty good.
Now I just need to get AJ in some pants.
You know what? They're probably that stupid thing. You know how girls just wear leggings and no pants now? It's probably that.
Or yoga pants.
Or yoga pants.
That's horrible.
That's Florida.
That's pretty common across at least.
That's actually trade. That is college on down. That's college and high school girl.
Yeah, like it's everywhere, and I just see it, and I'm just like, I know you're trying to look good, but put on some pants.
Hey, at least Dash isn't wearing a skirt anymore. That just was unsettling for the longest time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, to finally round off the news and to actually contrast our very dark beginning for the news, Hasbro passing out boxes of ponies and other toys to kids affected by the Mexican earthquake.
Oh.
So yes, Hasbro has set up a relief campaign and has been passing out toys since the September 19th
Earthquake. That is actually pretty awesome.
Yes, it's amazing how something as little as a toy can help someone get a sense to return back to some semblance of normalcy.
Well, here's the thing a lot of people say, and I bet you anything, a bunch of fucking right-wingers would like bitch and moan about this, but, you know, children who survive these massive, you know, horrible attacks, you know, and they've lost everything, they're miserable and they're confused and angry and they need stimulation of some kind, but they have to be put aside for now because the family survival is at stake. If they have something that they can entertain themselves with and, you know, let them express themselves with, it will be that much easier for them to deal with everything else, all the other hard bullshit that they've had to go through.
Yeah, just let children be children, man.
Kids are best when you let them actually be kids. Toys mean a lot to a kid when they're into hardship.
Yeah. And with that, my time for the news is wrapped up in a record-breaking 19 minutes.
Quick music break?
I'm game.
I think we
Sounds
should.
good.
Rodent's good for it.
I need
All right,
more
music break.
You're listening to Tree Time on Celestia Radio. All pony all the time, except when it's Applejack's pants.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Nope.
And we're back. Hello. Let's see. So
Hello.
is half an hour into the show.
Wait,
Oh.
it's only 30 minutes in.
Shirley,
Yeah.
Yes,
do
it
you
is.
want to talk a fanfic?
Well, the only one that I finished that I've been actively like hardcore reading right now, as I've already talked about on the show twice, but I did finish the Enchanted Library today. And go read the shit out of that because it actually brought a tear to my eye in one of the final chapters.
Well, I do need
also-
to check that out.
But it also made me hate Discord and want to see him die.
Oh, wasn't 10K being like, oh, once you get a little bit better in, you'll kind of understand it more.
Yeah, I finished it. I still want Discord to die.
Oh, no.
You should let Rev know.
Don't do that. That'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, I can just see Rev coming up like with his Discord on the fly like routine and like coming up with a way to like make me sound like an asshole.
Mm.
And actually, that's what Discord's entire dialogue in the fic is. I'm the victim. I'm the one who was tricked.
Doesn't sound very nice. But like some of the stuff you said in it does sound a little bit fucked up. But like, it does sound like it's a good story anyway.
Well, again, only if you don't mind Raritwi, because holy shit.
I'm open to most fetishes. I'm open to most ships.
I love how your
Well-
mind went straight to fetishes.
Well,
What the fuck?
Okay, there goes our rating.
well,
When did we ever have a rating?
Yeah, I was about to say, we had a rating.
I'm in a
Nope.
call with like Discord, with Discord talk, and with like Squirrel and his interests. So
Congratulations, Zai, you're the new squirrel. Anyway, yeah, I'd read it. It's pretty good. The ending is adorably sappy and heart-wrenching, and you just actually love Twilight for what she does in it. But yeah, other than that. And they've got a sequel started called The Enchanted Kingdom, but there's only 2 chapters in.
Meanwhile, in the department of fan-made stories, I just came across something on Tumblr, which is the equivalent of saying, I went digging through the garbage and found this.
oh, don't be mean.
I found something in
That's my damn trash can, you asshole!
Me too.
I'm sorry, I love Tumblr. It's just sometimes the stigma is around. Anyway, I found something in the Steven Universe fandom.
Oh
It's-
God. Okay,
No,
Tumblr is fine.
Put it back!
Hang on.
We better say right now, warning folks, you're about to get triggered because if you're in the SU fandom, you just get triggered by everything.
Batten down the hatches.
It's nothing bad. It's just a fan-made episode.
It's like you
okay?
set the stage for this. Okay, I'm
Jesus
sorry.
Christ. It's a fan-made episode.
Sorry, I've got a lot of baggage against the Steven Universe fandom. Okay.
Anyway, it's a fan-made episode called The Smothering. It's an alternate universe thing.
I'm hating it already.
Instead of Pearl, Amethyst, and Garnet being the gem mums, it's Peridot, Lapis, and yes, Jasper as the gem mums.
I am
I saw
triggered
comics
already.
about that. I saw comics about that. It's not. If it's anything like those, it shouldn't be too bad.
There's a preview out now. In fact, I just put it in the Discord chat, courtesy of a friend of some of ours called Jaffa Archfiend, who likes.
So wait, so let me guess here. So instead of Bird Mom, Short Purple Mom, and whatever.
Bird mom, Trash Mom, and
Short one.
Square Mom.
and
You
Square
got-
Mom.
So
got-
instead of those 3, we have abusive mom, emotionally abusive mom, and verbally abusive mom.
It's
No.
more like Data Mom,
Water Mom.
and Angry Mom.
Angry.
That's
Yep.
my name for them for now. It looks promising. I mean, there's nothing really else going on in Steven Universe that I'm aware of, fandom or otherwise. So,
Stupid hiatus.
Anyway,
Yes.
moving on to whatever's next. QD, I think you had something on the table.
yes, I did. Thank you. On Sunday, for the first time since I don't know when, but it's been far too long, in my opinion, Star Trek made a return to television for all of an hour. But it's something.
That's hitting you back for all the kazoos.
Moving on.
Touche. But CBS aired the first half of their series premiere for Star Trek Discovery.
First
And
of all, yep, me and
Fanny
Kitty
and I-
managed to watch it.
Fanny and I watched that, and unfortunately, the rest of the series is going behind a big paywall as part of CBS's subscribe to watch.
Now this isn't just a big middle finger to people in general. Because here's the thing: CBS is using their little streaming service and having it deliver the Discovery to America alone. Everywhere else in the world, if you have a Netflix subscription, You can watch it whenever the fuck you want.
Oh, do you want to know how much the subscriptions go for per month on CBS?
50.
Nah, not that bad, but about $20.
Compared to Netflix, which is just around $10, or Hulu, which is around $10, or
So
even
this-
Crunchyroll, which is freaking $7 a month.
So this show is going to die after the first season.
Probably.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're
Unless-
pretty much dooming it to fail.
Unless CBS gets their head out of their ass and
Offers it on Netflix for people who for the United States. If they offer it on Netflix, they'll get their money back.
So now I'm just kind of getting horrible visions. You remember in the previews where that one weird alien said, "My species can sense things in the future. What do you sense now? Death." I'm
It's
like, wow,
coming
that's
up.
a very apt description for what's going to happen to this new series, thanks to CBS.
Yep. Which is sad because seeing Lucius Malfoy as the captain of a ship was going to be promising.
Yes.
However, he is not the main character in the first episode that we saw. No. In the first episode we saw, we were introduced to First Officer Michael. Or Michael.
no, Michael is her first name.
Well, I'm calling her Michael. Anyway, we're introduced to Michael, First Officer of, not the Discovery, but...
The USS Shenzhou.
Yep. She is...
Little bit of a trivia point for you guys. The Shinzo is the Chinese space shuttle program currently in operation.
Yep. Kind of a nod to how the Kobayashi Maru is a reference to how all Japanese naval ships have Maru at the end of their name. Anyway, Michael is the first officer to the ship. She is very loyal to her captain, a badass Asian female. And Michael not only is a person of color herself, she's also half Vulcan. Although she retained human ears.
She's not half Vulcan. She is full human, but has been raised on Vulcan.
Well, still. She very much has, she's kind of, I don't want to say she's a mashup of Kirk and Spock, because while she is very analytical and uses logic, per Vulcans, she follows her gut and loves adventure. She's absolutely a great viewpoint character to have. She's also got lots of baggage. Oh, so much baggage.
Well, she was partially raised by Spock's dad.
Yeah, that's bound to screw somebody up.
And keep in mind, folks, this is 10 years before the original series, so we're meeting Spock's adoptive little sister.
Pretty much, I guess.
Well, it's not really adoptive, as I understand it, because I was fortunate enough to see the second half of the premiere before CBS got out their big band hammers and started smacking bitches.
Seriously, I've looked for it. They're about as bad as the BBC and Disney.
But it's sort of a mentor-ward relationship. He even says that Michael, Sarek even says that Michael is his ward.
Yeah. Anyway, she's both leading females in the episode are absolute badass. They're really good. We have a science officer who is in a great-looking prosthetic, practical effect and makeup, awesome-looking alien. He's also a bit of a bitch, but par for the course for an alien who of course was once bred just to smell death and bad things coming. Came in handy here. We've also got the most wonderful little plot twist in that the Klingons are bad guys again.
Yay!
And they have a crazy cult that's decided we're gonna throw war at the Federation. Because prophecy!
Kapla!
Well, I mean, if you look at like Star Trek throughout all of Star Trek, the Klingons are all about their prophecies.
Yeah.
Hell, there's even an episode in The Next Generation where the Klingon High Command clones their fucking like profit from blood they found on the dagger that belonged to him.
Well, now that's just going a little too far. Anyway, but yeah, this all occurs within the first episode known as the Vulcan Hello.
A Vulcan hello is...
Let's not give away the twist now, Shirley.
No, I was going to make a joke. A Vulcan hello is a lot like a Republican hello. They just look at you and say, "Wow, you're stupid. I'm going to take advantage of you," and then walk away.
Oh, AKA how Spock and Kirk first met. Anyway, I digress.
But
Please digress.
what's really interesting is that for the first time, this is a series that does not focus on a ship or a station or whatever. This is entirely centered around First Officer Michael Burnham.
Yes, it is directly
Her decisions, her development as a character.
It is
Well, I
her
guess
story.
That's an interesting take on it, but you know, it's called Star Trek. They have to trek through the stars. A ship.
Well, that's what they're doing, but it's not just the whole ship that's doing the journey. It can also be a single person whose journey is not yet complete.
Oh yeah, no, I know that, but like a ship is kind of needed for this. That's why DS9 sucks so much.
Oh, my Voyager is a cult classic, but still
Poor underrated show.
very underrated. But yeah, but overall,
I was gonna say something. I'm not going to. Never mind.
Sorry, buddy. Go ahead, Squirrel. Say something.
Well, I was just going to say on Shirley's comment, a lot of the Trekkies would kind of say you're kind of backwards on that, but all right.
Come fight me, bro.
I know. I don't care either way.
Hey, you wanna know
Any
what?
Star
I
Trek
have
is
the
good
perfect-
Star Trek to me.
I have the perfect
Except for
counter argument
Enterprise.
to whatever any Trekkie likes to say that DS9 is better than Voyager. Captain Janeway was the only human that Q wanted to fuck.
True.
Yep. Well, not just fuck, but he wanted her to give him a baby. A baby. Her
I would
baby.
just say, they give me all their arguments for DS9. I just tell them that, and like, your arguments are now invalid.
Well, the argument with DS9 is Zisco was not afraid to punch a god.
And look what happened to him.
I know.
You wanted to screw her and have her baby.
I know.
For
I
her to
know.
have his baby.
And Cisco just
Why
fucking
is that
socked
anything?
Q in the face.
Anyway.
It was beautiful. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. For Discovery. Overall, I felt it was a very good first episode, even though it landed on a fucking cliffhanger, and I'll never get to see the end. But I'm very. If it ever comes to Netflix, or if there's ever a way I can legally obtain it in other medium, I will gladly purchase. I will gladly watch the whole thing, and I will weep when the series is done. I can see more.
It is very. If the idea behind a pilot or the beginning episode is to A, introduce the characters, and B, set up the circumstances, this does a pretty darn good job of establishing that, because not only do we establish this is a period of war between the Federation and the Klingons,
We also established this is a character whom is very much like so many of us right now. Especially since we've got people who, while they are open-minded, while they do have an open spot in their hearts for different cultures, different races, different identities in this world, there are still some prejudices that people have in their hearts for whatever reason you may have, and that means you have a long way to go.
Yeah. I think what you're describing seems like what they were trying to do with Enterprise, but failed.
And they've gotten this right already just on the first episode.
I gotta say, though, I mean, to be honest, if you have a race like the Klingons who are just going to war with you for the sake of going to war with you because of a prophecy without even talking, I'd say, yeah, there's a lot of reason to be prejudiced, especially since if this is canon to the rest of the Trek universe outside of the J.J. Abrams reboot, that this is the Federation, or what was the Federation before the Federation. Captain Archer tried to open peace talks with the Klingons. He offered them peace, and they told him to fuck off.
How do you say that in Klingon?
I don't know. I'm not...
They would probably call you a patak.
I think that's weakling, right?
Probably.
I'm surrounded by nerds.
You are
Hello?
a nerd.
You are a nerd.
What do you think this show's about? Anyway.
But yeah, me and
King of the nerds.
But pretty much me and QD give this show a big thumbs up. If you got $20 to drop and you're that needy of a Trek fix, sure, it's your money. Do what you want.
And if you don't have $20 to drop and are still needy for a Trek fix, boycott them to get them off CBS Access.
That's what happened with Secret Empire.
Or dial a petition saying we want it on a freaking medium we can afford, you bitches.
Just put it to change.org.
Yep.
Yeah, like anyway, new episodes get their first run on CBS's streaming service, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday.
Oh, also
with a mid-season hiatus. I don't recall when, but
You know what? Wait, go ahead, Squirrel. Sorry.
The other thing about CBS Access, you're paying what, $20 a month,
Something like that. Yeah.
and you still have to deal with ads.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, fuck that.
No, I've actually seen this. And you know what? Honestly, I actually thought of a compromise. I would be more than willing to pay for a stream if they would just allow me to pick what shows. If I was to say, I feel like watching Discovery tonight. I would just say stream Discovery and just pay for that episode. And if they kept it a reasonable price, I would be fine with that. Hell, I'd be fine with ads. Because I'd be like, I'm not paying you $20 a month to watch one show because CBS, sorry, all your other shows are shit.
Like how you can pay to watch YouTube Red episodes, like, because I can't get a subscription because it's not available to my countries. But it's like, I can still watch like Game Lab and Good Game and stuff by just buying each episode, and they're like a quid something each. So.
Exactly. If you could just buy the episodes one at a time, like, hell, I mean, I use Amazon, like, with Amazon Music. I could either buy an album for $10, or I could buy a song for, like, anywhere from 90 cents to $1 something.
I do that.
Yeah, I think that's like iTunes. The average is like $1 for a song. I wouldn't mind.
If you could, I'd pay $3 for an episode.
Yeah, $35 for an episode of Star Trek, I'd be fine with that. But nope, they need to be greedy.
You're the bastards.
Like,
Anyway.
I would love that as like a stream, even for like all my favorite shows, like fucking Sherlock and everything, the Doctor Who, like all the stuff that we like. I would.
Well,
have a
stuff
streaming
could be
service
worth
like
it.
that.
I mean, I'm not going to be asking to like buy individual episodes of My Little Pony because they're only 20 minutes long. Like for an hour long series, for an hour long episode like Star Trek and Doctor
Like
Who,
the three that I just mentioned, yeah.
or for a really long show episode like Sherlock, I wouldn't be behind paying like $5.
Yeah, because they're long and satisfying episodes.
So
Okay.
there's solutions here that clearly CBS could have gone with. I mean, if I could think of them, their marketing department thought of them, but they chose to ignore it. So this is just typical greed.
Yep. So, moving on, shall we?
Yes, let us shall.
All right. Moving on. I'm going to talk a little bit about Ducktales. The next 2 episodes just came out. I've only watched, I think, the 3rd episode. I haven't watched the 4th one yet. I'm kind of spreading it out to
I thought only 3 episodes, not. I thought only like 2 episodes, not counting the 2 pilot episodes, just aired.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
so it's episode like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And
okay, so it's episode. So it's the pilot, episode 1, episode
Yes.
2, and 3. Okay.
And then 3 and then 4. So there's 4 episodes out. Because 1 and 2 were just kind of mixed or shoved together. But anyway, I haven't watched 4 yet because I'm kind of just... I want to take it slow. You want to take something that's a masterpiece like this in a nice, slow, steady pace.
I'm still waiting with bated breath when we get to see the return of the terror that flaps in the night.
Me too.
You keep
I'm going to
waiting,
squeal.
man, because that is yet to happen.
That is
No.
it.
They've admitted. They've admitted.
I know it's
Forgiven.
no. I know it's going to happen. It just hasn't aired yet. That's
But-
why.
I know. I'm just
I
like
know, we're
I'm
just-
waiting. I'm waiting. For
I will watch this show when they bring back Darkwing.
But
Oh god. Oh god, I can't wait.
To continue on, actually, this actually does bring up a good point. This helps expand Webby's character a little bit.
Yeah.
Basically,
Webby is fun. She's a lot better than her original character, but she's
Hi, duck version of Mabel.
I know
Yeah,
it's a duck
she
merging
is
Mabel.
she is basically she's Mabel.
She is Mabel. Yes, we all know this.
Here's the thing, though.
We all.
I did watch bits of the first episode, and I don't liked Webby before.
I kind of feel like there could have been a middle ground here.
There
Webby
could have.
Lee in the original was a little too precious, and this
But
one's
She's
Well,
a little too feisty.
let
If they
me-
just
let me-
found some middle ground in there, I'd have been okay with it.
Let me just kind of continue on this a little bit. Basically, the deal with Webby in this is she's been stuck in the mansion for so long. She doesn't have any kind of social outside interactions. It starts off with them playing darts, and Webby has freaking night vision goggles and is snipering them.
She does the full Sam Fisher. With
Yeah,
that
she does
one.
the full Sam
she
Fisher
goes
thing.
she goes full on fucking Solid Snake on the triplets.
So they decide to take her to basically a Chuck E. Cheese type of place, and
To try and integrate her into
try
society.
to integrate her into society.
Bad idea.
And it's things are, and she tries. She really does try, but she ends up basically banning all of them because of her hijinks.
I wouldn't call them
And-
hijinks. I would have called them just her normal reactions to these types of situations.
Yeah.
Acts of vandalism?
No, actually, no. She's just like she's kind of innocently ignorant about the idea of trying to manipulate your way into getting into using a water glass to get free soda. She also immediately attacks somebody sneaking up behind her, saying "stranger danger," which honestly is a good skill for a child to have. I mean, you don't sneak up behind somebody these days. No, don't do that.
But to help ease this, we get introduced to this version of the Beagle Boys,
The Beagle Boys, these guys.
and they're still idiots, but they're competent idiots. They're at least, when you first meet them, they're at least robbing a money truck, and not just like stupidly.
And apparently, it's also something that they've been doing on a regular basis since
Yes.
they apparently have weekly appointments with this particular
With this
truck.
armor truck driver, they're just like, "Sorry, Chuck. Same time next week."
So
I'm amazed he's allowed to keep his job, though.
yeah, so they figure out that the Donald triplets are there at the thing, and they basically, I love the joke of the place has to have a child accompanying the adult, and so one of the guys dresses up in a teeny short, like, world's best grandpa shirt, and he asks, "So you buying
The
this?"
biggest one,
No.
the biggest guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't put it on big time. Nope.
Nope. They
Nope.
had to put it on. Oh shit! What's the big one's name?
No, it's not Burger. It's
Buford.
no. Crap. I'll
Yeah,
look it up.
it'll come to you like tonight. So they go in, and of course Webby kicks their ass. And so they tie him up, and we get to see Mrs. Mom Beagle.
Yeah, we get to see Ma Beagle.
And she is such a badass.
Ma Beagle was always a badass, but you gotta make her an even bigger badass for the reboot.
Mm-hmm. She is the smartest, the cunningest. She's like, why?
Actually,
why did I give birth to you three?
Okay, well, actually,
Children's is special.
According to the original, there are a lot more than 3 Beagle Boy brothers. There's Big Time, Burger, Bouncer, Baggy, Babyface, Bank Job, Bugle or Bebop, Megabyte, Bomber, Backwoods Beagle, Binky Beagle, Bacon, Marionette Beagle, Bullseye, and Bombshell.
Wow.
Wow.
And then there's the Beagle
It's a lot of
Babes, the
alliteration.
sisters.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think it's Big Time, Burger, and Bouncer.
Yeah. So,
And I missed Burger not sounding like Curly Howard.
but they also have a nice little subplot of Donald basically using all of the house's power for his boat in the pool, and Mrs. Beakley not having any of that shit. So he's like, well, I'll just buy a fuck ton of generators. And so...
And Mrs. Beakley's reply is, that duck is going to kill himself.
So the greatest scene I have ever seen, I was laughing so hard when I saw this. He starts up all these generators, and the combination of vibrations makes all the gas cans spill into the pool. So there's fucking gas everywhere. Everything starts exploding. There's fires. And it just cuts to Miss Beakley just sipping some tea, watching him as Donald basically burns alive.
Well, to be fair, Donald is kind of an asshole in this episode.
He is.
But he redeems himself.
Oh, going back to Webby, there was another amazing scene where, as she's trying to work off the punch with the water cup, the manager comes out and he's like, is there a problem here? And so I'm gonna hate myself. The green one is like, no,
Louis.
doing the
Huey
is doing doing the cut.
Huey is the red one. Dewey is the blue one. Louis is
Louis
the
is
green
the green one. Okay.
The evil triplet.
The evil triplet. So Louis is like doing the whole cut neck thing to stop, and she totally misinterprets it and grabs a spork with like this crazy look in her eyes, and I'm like, whoa, was she gonna like gouge his eyes out or something? Because I think she mistook that as like kill him.
It's like, no, kill him now. Mrs. Beagley, though, honestly, is probably one of the greatest improvements in this show. Like in the original, yeah, she was a sweet, woman who tended to the house, but in this one, she's like, Fanny, imagine if Mrs. Hudson, our version, like of Mrs. Hudson, like somehow fused with Mycroft and a Russian kettlebell lifter.
I must break you.
I shall break you. That is honestly how the best I can describe Mrs. Beakley.
She is ripped.
Well, doesn't sound bad. What's speaking and not coming out?
But, so basically what happens is the Beagle Boys try to capture them. They, of course, Webby gets the up on them because she's Webby, and she can, like, slip out of anything.
Yeah, she just slips out, and it's like, you could have slipped out that whole time? It's like, why didn't you before? It's like, well, because I didn't want you to think I was weird. I already screwed up the day. And you really do feel for the poor girl. She's crying.
She just wants to fit in.
Yes.
Poor Babu.
Poor Babu. But they go, and Webby is like just a badass the entire time. And even Ma Beagle, this you can just see the competency in this show. There's hijinks, but they're smart hijinks.
Mm-hmm.
You talking to a cat there, Fanny?
Nope.
Okay.
Ain't no cats in my room right now.
So
Anyway, yes, great
yeah.
show. The only downside to that episode, I say, is that there was not enough Scrooge.
No, there was not enough
Came out-
Scrooge.
You have David Tennant voicing him, man. You might as well use him for all he's worth.
He is in this, but he's kind of like relegated to a background character in this episode. He's basically like he tries to go take a bath, but Donald's in his washroom and he like loses his shit over that. Which, in all honesty, Donald was being a dick. And if Donald was my nephew, I'd lose my shit all the time. And then he's like, "House meeting now." And the greatest thing about this scene with him, it's like, we're going to lay down some house rules. Rule 1, what's mine is mine. And he just lays out what they're not allowed to touch. For all of the rules, seems Beakley. And he just leaves. And then Beakley's just like, all right, Mr. McDuck may own this mansion, but this is my house.
Yep.
And that really also describes Beakley pretty darn well.
Yep.
I know, even in the original, while she was still kind of like a worrywart grandmother and like was always kind of roped into adventures that she'd get into, she still said, yeah, I'm in charge of this fucking place.
It's like, yeah, he owns it. He does the bills, or rather, doesn't have to do bills, but yeah, it's like he owns it. It may be his property, but I'm the one who has to deal with all your bullshit. Seriously, the woman cleaned for them, cooked for them, made sure no one died on any of their crazy adventures in the original series. Yeah, it's about accurate. And hell, even when Scrooge went too far, she'd always call him out. She wasn't afraid to look at her boss and tell him, "Yeah, you done fucked up."
Now, this version of her is far more direct. She's basically like, spend time with your great-grandnephews kind of attitude. She's like, do it. And the best part is like, in the first episode, she just keeps saying, I'm not your secretary, every time Scrooge is demanding her to do shit. Let's see, what else?
What I love is the little gag at the end, because obviously the B plot with Donald and Beakley gets resolved. So she says,
Yes.
So this is the breaker. You can have this. Flick this. You got the power you want. Donald's all, wow. How does a housekeeper know so much about electricity? I used to be a spy.
That's what he said. I could not figure out what he was saying, and so the "I'm a spy" joke completely lost me.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Like, this guy does such a good job at Donald Duck. It's sometimes it's just too hard to understand.
They honestly, I seriously think they need to put subtitles when he speaks sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's why you're able to understand the shit he says in Kingdom Hearts, because he's got subtitles, even in Japanese, especially in the Japanese version. He got subtitles!
I can't understand
although I do have to say this one thing, Swirl. You missed on one thing. One of the things that I love about this new version is how much they've added Donald in this. And even though he was an asshole in this episode, he still did something amazing in this episode. When the boys were kidnapped and he got the ransom note, he, like, lost his fucking mind. He's like, he ran straight to Beakley, even though, like, he refused her help the whole time. He, like, when he found out that the boys were kidnapped, he ran straight to her and said, I need your help. Yeah. And then when he found them, Donald went with that classic Disney Donald anger, but beat the ever-loving fuck out of the other two Beagle boys.
Yes.
Yeah. Miss Rarity.
Did he go Liam Neeson on them?
I think the one who probably went Liam Neeson on them was Webby, because she's the one with the certain set of skills.
Donald is a sailor. He's just
He's a Navy officer.
On them. Like,
No. He is a Navy officer. Thank you.
No, I think he was just enlisted. I don't think he was an officer proper.
Still, this dude knows how to see shit.
Like, he did that classic thing where he's hunched over and his shoulders are sticking up and his face is turning red, and he just screamed incoherently and ran at them and literally beat the two larger Beagle brothers, like, to a fucking pulp. And then Beakley's like, holy shit. And she's like, well, I'm not going to let him have all the fun. He just ran in there.
You don't mess with Donald's boys. Them's his children. Even if them's his nephews, he loves them like his kids. You fuck with him, he's gonna beat you up.
He's gonna kill you.
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking for like the classic pose, that Donald has. Whenever
he did that. He did that. He did
that exactly.
He did in the pilot when he was like when the temple room in Atlantis was flooding and he was yelling at Scrooge. He did the classic pose.
That.
Yep.
The fist out and
The
like
incoherent
swinging his
clacking.
arm.
What
Incoherent.
fighting stance is that? I want to know where Disney got the idea to have him do that.
He's challenging you to
It
fisticuffs.
sure as hell ain't Marcus of Queensberry.
I want to say it's a boxing stance.
Old fashioned.
Yeah,
Again,
an
he's
old-fashioned
challenging
boxing
you.
stance.
He's challenging you to fisticuffs, sir.
Yeah. I'll try some Google food here. Let me see if I can
Twilight
find it.
doing it, remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember Twilight's boxing stance?
No, I
yeah.
think Rainbow Dash did that in Discord's Labyrinth way back when.
No, this was a different one. Oh, she did the Donald Duck. That would have been funny.
About that would have been. I didn't remember that.
So, anything else regarding Ducktales? I would love to go on about the next episode. Just if only to say a few broad strokes things, if you don't mind, Squirrel.
Okay, I'll just mute myself real quick.
Wait, what did I just miss?
You can't. He can't deafen himself with the stream.
Oh right, I'll just take my headphones off.
Yeah, that's what I have to.
Okay.
Yeah, take your headphones off so you don't hear Spider.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. We'll ping you. So we actually get to see business going on inside of the money bin.
So it's not just a rich and very eccentric old dude just hanging around his fucking money.
Not just that, it is apparently like the hub of operations for McDuck Industries. It's where the board of directors, those buzzards we saw at the beginning, it's where they work. It's where we see Gyro Gearloose for the first time.
Yeah, isn't he in the basement?
Gyro.
Well, apparently there is a lab, but the archives, the McDuck clan archives, are in the basement.
Huh.
Well, I guess that's below the lab then, because I know he's below water.
Yeah, or something. But the A plot involves Dewey and Webby trying to look more into what we saw briefly of Della Duck.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mother.
For those of you uninitiated.
Like me.
And they basically use Scrooge as a sort of a back door, because Scrooge is a bit upset with Louis being lazy all the time. So he decides he's going to teach him a lesson in hard work.
Yeah, you don't act like a lazabout around this man.
Because he built his business from the ground up with a single dime in his pocket.
And tougher than the toughies and smarter than the smarties.
Yep. And even when he goes to the boardroom, they make it a point to pass by the number one dime. The very first American dime he got back in Glasgow as a shoeshine boy. Of course, being an American dime, he had nowhere to spend it, so he basically kept that as a treasure and a reminder.
That one man's trash is another man's treasure.
I think it was
where he started.
working hard.
Yes, the value of hard work. Naturally, Louis gets pretty bored about it, and so he goes to a soda machine. But apparently, the bottle deposit is included on top of the $1 price.
Yeah, that's Scrooge for you.
That's Scrooge for you.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, pay for the drink, pay for the bottle, man.
So it's 10 cents. Where does he see 10 cents? The number one dime.
Lucky time.
No!
Don't fuck with Scrooge's number one dime.
Oh, no. They didn't go there.
You know.
Oh,
what
he
They went
spent
there.
that
God,
dime.
they went there!
And as he's coming back, sucking down this soda, Scrooge is saying, "Look, I need a plush pillow for that dime. That was my number one dime." And as Louis hears this, he's just, "Oh crap! What have I just done?" So basically, the rest of the episode for Louis involves him trying to retrieve that dime.
Of course.
Like you do. Fucking idiot kid.
That does seem like a typical sort of cartoon episode plot. Like, a character fucks up, they need to make amends.
No, you don't
Now-
understand the gravity of the number one dime.
I can imagine for what you just said.
You
So-
didn't watch the original series, man.
No, I didn't.
Alright, so in the original series, anything that fucking happened to that dime, Scrooge went ballistic.
But like the fact that you explain its sentimentality was enough for me. Like I'm a sentimental person. I would completely be in that situation as well.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you die now.
Yeah, essentially. And it's do you know how, I mean, that dime was, this wasn't just a superstition for Scrooge. It was even believed to actually be, no, it was,
the
it was
lucky
believed
part,
to,
yes.
yeah, it was genuinely believed to truly be lucky. Magica the Spell, one of the series' regular villains back in the day, constantly tried to steal that dime for the power of its luck.
I love this one. I remember this one episode in particular where he and Flintheart, and speaking of, I do love his new design in the show, surrounding themselves with like very, very scantily clad Scottish ladies playing bagpipes. But but there was in the old show there was an episode where he and Flintheart were going to weigh their gold instead of counting it to see who was the richest duck in the world. And they got both of their like gold stores, and it was even. And then Scrooge was like, "Oh wait, my number one dime," and he threw it, and it just tipped the scales just a little bit. Then Flintheart said, "Oh wait, I forgot about all this," and he threw in a ton of money. And then that's when like I forgot who it was. Gyro and Launchpad, and I think the triplets came by with this huge thing of treasure they found that was rightfully Scrooge's. And they threw it onto the pile, and then Flintheart's pile got thrown onto Scrooge's, and I'm just like, well, that's hilarious. And then I thought, wait a minute, how's he gonna find his dime?
Oh, he'll find that dime. He'll find that dime. It's Holding Beacon.
Anyway, to get back to the episode, the side plot with Dewey and Webby. The money bin is also home to the McDuck family archives, where it's run by one Miss Emily Quackfaster.
Ooh, a new character.
She is pretty eccentric because she has been barring Webby for so long from entering these archives because Webby is a huge fangirl over Scrooge.
And she's technically not related.
But as soon as Dewey shows up, enters blood of McDuck and learn your destiny. That sort of bombastic kind of style. There's a great gag about, look, can you help us try and find anything on my mom? Only those who are worthy shall be able to locate the information you seek. Come to this tower of cards and see and find. Okay, it's a card index system.
Holy shit, they're still using that? No, seriously, guys.
Just do the fucking computer.
I seriously had to like tell my little sister what a card index drawer was.
The Dewey Decimal System.
In fact, it's funny you mentioned that because Webby is all about the epicness. She's like, "Oh yeah, how come it has your name on it?" And says Dewey Decimal. Yeah. So it turns out Quackfaster can fight with books. I mean, she's like a regular badass.
Of course, McDuck only hires badasses, even if he doesn't realize it. Launchpad's a pilot.
Since when is Launchpad a pilot?
Speaking of Launchpad, when you're done with the summary, of course.
Yeah. As she's chasing them about, they get cornered into a section that is apparently family based, and they notice something's wrong. These books shouldn't be here. So they rearrange the books, opens up a portal, they put and it's perfectly shaped for a wing print, handprint, I guess. They're technically wings, but they're also hands.
Moving on.
Dewey puts his hand there, beak, pricked, DNA pass checks, and there's an even secreter section of the archives where they do find something about Della that apparently she left somewhere, and it involves the Spear of Selene, which was mentioned in the pilot very briefly.
How does a show about ducks have so much lore?
Well,
Again,
the original comics actually had a lot of lore to it.
And
yes.
I could also say, how does a show about ponies have so much lore? So.
Anyway, very good. Things.
Oh, I forgot how things wrap up with Louis.
Did he find the fucking dime?
Yes, with the help of Gyro's little robot buddy. He calls it Lil Bulb. And it's basically just a light bulb with arms and legs, basically. The problem with Gyro, though, is that every single one of his inventions has a Skynet moment, so...
Oh, God.
It achieved sentience. It's gonna kill us all!
Yeah, he even takes out his pad at one point, scratches off the name under good, and puts Lil Bulb under bad. And at the end of the episode, he starts thinking things, and he's like, all right, I create robot turns evil. I become robot, I become powerful. And he writes down Project Blatherskite.
Oh my God!
Guess what?
Now we have to have... Oh shit, what was his name?
Someone Mallard or something? I don't remember.
No, that's Darkwing Duck.
Oh.
Hold on. Google, don't film me now!
Fitton Crackshell. Fitton Crackshell, the accountant for the McDuck fortune.
Nerd by day and absolutely awkward as fuck. Super duper superhero by night, or rather, other half of the day.
Oh my god. You guys don't understand. When I was a kid and we had like Darkwing Duck and Gizmo Duck, it literally was like the Superman Batman of the Disney afternoon.
Because Gizmo Duck could literally do no wrong. Everything he did was on point and perfect. He was genuinely this Boy Scout character. And as Fitton Crackshell, he was a complete bumbling idiot.
Whereas Darkwing Duck was this spoiled, well, not spoiled, but like attention horse-seeking brat.
But only when he was as Darkwing Duck. When he was being Drake Mallard and Gosalyn's dad, he was the perfect fucking dad.
He was a great dad. Especially since Gosalyn was a fucking brat.
And an orphan before he found her. He saved her life. He adopted her into his family. Like, this is a dude who literally nearly died for her.
You know what I find hilarious about the whole Darkwing Duck thing is that Launchpad was his pilot. Launchpad also lived with him in his house. So it was two guys who had a partnership working as like a crime fighting duo.
Like, it was an Arrow Ace sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, why did no one put together that Launchpad living with Drake is also flying Darkwing Duck around? Because Launchpad didn't make his didn't hide his presence whenever he went out with DW on these adventures. He didn't.
Oh no! As Drake's partner and technically co-parent for Gosalyn, he was always there. He took Gosalyn to all her stuff. He was a huge supporter of both Gosalyn and Drake, and in fact, Drake was actually the one who always cooked everything.
Yeah, he cooked, he cleaned, he did it.
He wore the fucking frilly apron.
Yeah, he did. Wow, thinking about it, that was really gay back in the day.
I was like, we all never caught on.
We never questioned it. We just always saw it as Launchpad and Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, and on top of that, they had really chill neighbors. Thing.
Yeah, they really did. Especially since,
like
Gosalyn's friend, their neighbor's son, knew their fucking secret.
Yeah, it's like the neighbors were really chill. It's like, oh, two dudes together raising this kid. Hi, neighbor. Let's have a barbecue.
Disney was pretty damn progressive back in the 90s.
Yeah, seriously. Again, Arrow Ace.
I mean, now we've got people losing their shit over Frozen, thinking that maybe Elsa might be gay.
Like, get the fuck over it, guys. Drake was chasing Morgana's tail while also having a live-in relationship with Launchpad. Chill out.
But also, again, no one caught on that Drake was Darkwing with Launchpad. Launchpad didn't have a costume.
No, it's like, oh, so he does that thing with that guy, but he's here with that guy? Okay, fine, cool.
Whatever. There's no way Drake can possibly be Darkwing.
No, he's too mild-mannered. Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Clark Kent can't be Superman. He wears glasses. Can't see where he's going if he's flying.
At least Fenton has the excuse that he is wearing a mask and a full Iron Man suit.
Seriously, yeah, and that's the best way to say what Gizmo Duck is. He's like a cross between Superman
like RoboCop.
He's like
his design was very RoboCop, but his
personality was, and his abilities as Gizmo Duck was very Iron Man-ish, but bred with Superman.
And Darkwing was, of course, the Dark Knight, but kind of spoiled about it.
Yeah. Again, attention-grabbing more.
Lego Batman.
Yeah!
Lego Batman, yes, very Lego Batman. But again, I mean, we've got confirmation this is happening. We are going to get Darkwing Duck in at least one episode of the new Ducktales series.
Here's the thing, I was going to mention it before. Joey Wagner, one of our favorite, usually a pony artist, actually drew his variant of his idea of how Launchpad, it seems as though he was Darkwing's either some sort of celebrity, maybe even a fake superhero, like a TV version of a superhero. He gets this fan letter from, and in the comic, Darkwing gets a fan letter from Launchpad, and it looks like it's written by a 5-year-old. And it intercuts between Launchpad just rolling around, drawing a picture, and writing his letter is like, "Dear Mr. DW, I am your biggest fan. I one day hope I can meet you in person. You are just so cool. I drew a picture of us together." And it's Darkwing's fucking ship from the original series.
And Darkwing's just looking at the drawing like, the fuck is this?
The fuck is this thing? How the kid get my address?
No, I'm seriously no one understands. I'm actually sort of shocked at myself that I have never cosplayed Darkwing Duck.
You need to.
Cutie?
I really do.
Cutie had another hand up.
But I can say that they did already cast Fenton Crackshell.
They have. Oh.
Who?
Lin-Manuel. Lin-Manuel Miranda. is
We
Fenton
need a
Crackshell.
musical episode!
But yeah, that is the big reveal. Project Blatherskite is
Gizmo Duck.
now. I think at this point it's safe to bring back Squirrel.
I think so, yes. Because now we can talk nostalgic about the original.
Mm-hmm. But first, a music break because it's 9:30.
Yes. Short one.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he comes back, I just poked him. Whether or not he gets those nuts out of his mouth is an entirely different story.
Had to go there.
Well, they're acorns and walnuts. What'd you think they were?
It's still low-hanging fruit.
See, there you go again. Greymane put in all quacking all the time.
Did he go get a fucking drink or something?
Knows. Although,
Yeah.
well, if he's not back yet, I think I will kind of nerd out a little bit on Darkwing. When I was a kid, and Disney Afternoon like stuck with me for a very long time. See, during the transition of the Disney Afternoon into what it is now, I used to live in Texas, and then I moved to Arizona. And the entire time, through both my living in Texas as a kid, through Arizona, Disney Afternoon was around, and I was so terrified that I wouldn't get to see it again when I moved to Arizona, because, you know, certain sides of the country didn't get certain cable networks at the time. And then when I found out that we did have the Disney Afternoon, I was so ecstatic because I was like, yes, I don't get to miss Darkwing. Because Darkwing was my shit back in the day. I loved that show.
Darkwing was everyone's shit back in the day. When I got to stay at grandma's in the summer, yes, I finally get cable. Yes, I can see all these channels I don't have at home.
So, as soon as we moved to an area where we could get hold of some cable, me and my brother, we binged stuff like Darkwing Duck. We binged it. We watched it. I loved it. It was also our shit. Right up there with so many other Disney Afternoon things. And when Darkwing actually ended, I think the final, even so, the final episode wasn't even. I think it was one of the episodes again involving Morgana, and like Darkwing trying to get in with her family and stuff. I think that was the last one I ever saw aired on TV. Might be wrong.
There was that, and there was also one of the Return of Taurus Bulba.
That's right. The Taurus Bulba was the real ender. The Return of Taurus Bulba, and just bringing back the original pilot mini movie episode that started the whole thing off was just like, it was insane. I just couldn't believe they went that far. I was like, oh wow, these are the best ever. I can't wait. And then, nope, gone. I was just absolutely devastated. And a few years ago,
Disney, you broke our hearts.
And a few years ago, the voice actors forgot. So
We
when I
lost you
heard
there. We lost you there, Annie.
I said a few years ago, and then a few years ago, I found out the original voice actress for Goslin, who also voiced a lot of other characters in a lot of other shows.
Yeah.
After she went to return, she passed.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
passed away.
Wow, I don't know anyone that character, but I'm sure since they're bringing back Darkwing, hopefully Disney will Gauze, and they better do her justice.
We'll see. I mean, I have a feeling
that girl was a proto version of the current Webby. I kid you not.
She really was. I do have a feeling that when they bring in Darkwing, it's just going to be like a cameo episode for him, and it's just him.
I'm feeling that too. It's probably going to be just a cameo episode. And maybe just like a background character.
I don't care. If they bring him back in any capacity, I really hope they do Goslin too. Even if it is just for a throwaway moment where maybe she's a classmate of the triplets or something. Who knows?
But anyway, enough going nuts over Disney afternoons and nostalgia. While I try and like look into working on a Darkwing Duck cosplay, should we go on a quick music break and have Miss Rarity, since she hasn't been able to say much of anything this episode?
I haven't had much to contribute.
Make us a Mad Lib?
I can go do that. I have to go get it because it's charging.
Well, there you
So
go.
there's my music break.
Music break, short one.
And we're back. Hello. Okay, Mad Lib, let's do it.
Yeah, we only have like 4 minutes. But wait, is Lauren back?
No.
Okay, so we can go a few minutes over.
Yes.
All right, let's do it, Rares.
All right, Squirrel, do you mind if we start with you?
Yeah, let's go.
Adjective.
Drunkenly.
Maybe just drunken, because...
Drunken. Yeah, drunken.
I'm not drunk yet, you asshole.
Not you.
Shut up. Great name.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Tired.
Good for you. Noun.
Salt block.
Salt block.
That's how ponies back in Appaloosa get themselves drunk. At least until cider season.
No.
You ain't lived till you had a big salt, especially one that's pink and marble.
Rayburn.
Yeah?
A noun.
Uh-huh. Well, since I mentioned it, hard cider.
Fanny.
AJ, I keep telling you to invite Rainbow Dash out to Appaloosa. We got some of that hard cider for her.
We're
You
trying
won't run out like I'm like going to your place.
Oh,
We're
she
trying to
drink
keep
you.
her off of it.
Oh, she would drink you out of business. Fanny.
Yeah.
Person in the room.
Trademark.
Damn it! I somehow knew that was coming.
I'm just wondering if this is going to be this kind that I might have you read. But anyways, trade.
Yeah.
Adjective.
Fuck.
That's still not an adjective.
That is a verb.
And noun.
How can fuck be a thing?
A fucker.
Or they're a good fuck.
Yeah, I guess it's
If it's a noun, it could be an abstract noun meaning
Give a
intercourse.
fuck.
Anyways, Trade, you said it?
Electrifying or electric, whichever.
Okay. The most electrifying.
Is an adjective, so.
That's an adjective.
It's electric.
Wookie, wookie, wookie.
Thank God, glad somebody got it. I was expecting you.
You expect to be left hanging?
I was expecting
Grizzly.
QD to finish that anyway.
Grizzly.
Yeah.
Adjective. And I just realized I misspelled electrifying.
Good job.
That doesn't matter. You're not going to see it.
Gray or Grizzle?
Grizz.
Tiny.
Tiny.
Tiny?
Somebody, if anybody uses the next noun as nipples, I'm gonna.
No! Don't
Yeah.
fucking dare.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
Zai, that's on you. I need a noun.
No. 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 Zai, no.
It's his choice. He
Oh
doesn't
my
have
God.
to.
Fuck. The thing is, I don't have any other nouns.
Think of anything. Just think of anything near you.
I
I
will.
want to be nice to Trade.
Like
I
a
will be
goddamn
disappointed
harem.
in you. I will be disappointed in you, Zai, if you do.
I will never make fun of your plushie
Look.
harem again.
Just call it an
I
arrow.
You make a valid offer, Trade. Plus, I know it's not going to match up in the actual thing anyway.
So,
So,
now.
fucking PSP. Who cares?
Ah, you're an angel.
A PSP.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny
One of
ass
the
PSP.
sexiest handheld consoles ever.
Ain't nothing sexy about it.
I love how it looks. It's just a shame it kind of just disappeared into history
I
now.
would just love to hit people with it.
I
QD.
felt totally bad.
Yes.
That's only one. Come on.
Down. Well, I have a Vita.
So much better, guys.
Styrofoam.
The most destructive and toxic substance that we as human race eat or
No, no, Zai, no.
It's his choice. He doesn't
my
have
God.
to.
Fuck. The thing is, I don't have any other nouns.
Think of anything. Just think of anything near you.
I
I
will.
want to be nice to trade.
Like
I
a
will be
goddamn
disappointed
harem.
in you. I will be disappointed in you, Zai, if you do.
I will never make fun of your plushy
Look.
harem again.
Just call it an
I
arrow.
You make a valid offer trade. Plus, I know it's not going to match up in the actual thing anyway.
So,
So,
now.
fucking PSP. Who cares?
Ah, you're an angel.
A PSP.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny
One of
ass
the
PSP.
sexiest handheld consoles ever.
Ain't nothing sexy about it.
I love how it looks. It's just a shame it kind of just disappeared into history now.
I would just love to hit people with it.
I
Kitty,
felt totally bad.
Yes.
That's only one. Come on.
down. Well, I have a Vita.
So much better, guys.
Styrofoam.
The most destructive and toxic substance that we as human race eat our food out of.
I know, isn't it scary? Well,
Yes.
another adjective.
Crammed.
Cram.
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 That is something you do.
Now, for some reason, I thought noun when you said cram, and I'm remembering. Isn't it? It's like either a drug or some type of.
Well,
It was I think it's a Fallout food.
It's sort of an formal term for a late night, high intensity study session.
Oh no, I know. It's just when I heard cram, I was like, that reminds me of something drug related. Fallout. Thank you, Mr. Rarity.
But it was a food, not a drug.
Okay, never mind.
Anyways,
I associate drugs a lot with Fallout.
Grammy,
Yeah.
Wow.
a noun.
Clock.
Lock.
Clock.
Okay. I thought you said something else.
Kind
Chill.
of like when
So that's Trade's department.
kind of like when Starlight and Sunburst were talking about making a clock in Twilight's vision, and everyone thought that Sunburst said, "Now picture the cock you want to want to make."
Shirley.
Yes.
Noun.
Mobile.
Mobile.
The British version of cell phone.
Yes.
Okay.
I forget that people don't call it mobiles.
We call them cell phones.
Mm.
How about we get someone we haven't heard from in a while?
Those two.
Maud.
Yeah.
An adjective, please.
Sedimentary.
That works.
That is technically an adjective.
It is. Trade.
Yo.
Another one.
Another what? I wasn't paying attention.
Another adjective.
Fuck. Every time. Wooden.
Like your delivery.
Shush.
Grizzly.
I made a deal with you to not make
Yep.
fun of your plushie. Don't squander it.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna go through this. Grizzly, a part of the body.
Cutie always gets so mature at that.
Nipples.
There it
Fuck's
Had to do
sake.
it.
is. Fluff and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Another adjective.
Okay. Fucking now my brain is blanking on all adjectives that exist.
Well, you did just say one.
What did I?
Yeah, but keep thinking. It'll come to you.
Fucking
Look around and
Tiny.
describe something near you.
soft. There we go.
Thank you. I
Zai's room was full of so much soft.
Yes,
was
it
gonna
is.
say blanking. You're blanking out.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
That's
kitty.
more of a verb, isn't it?
Yes.
Plural noun.
Drapes. That is not.
I know
gonna
what's-
work. That's
I
not going
know
to be
what's-
too funny, is it? Soft grapes.
Depends.
Well, it depends on who
Plural?
cares about the Drake.
Yeah.
Another plural noun.
Pictures.
I was hoping you were going to say curtain.
Fanny, now I'm reminded of that one short that's kind of lost to time with the Sherlock Archive.
Jermaine?
Mm-hmm.
Another plural noun.
Fireflies.
Fireflies are.
Yes, that song, I know it. And detective.
Must you summon me?
Just a noun.
Very well. Scoff.
And that is it. Since we were thinking of ducks earlier, I was thinking of the pirate bird from the movie.
Yar har
And so
fiddly-dee.
this is a pirate profile.
You know, I gotta say, all I remember is the voice actress. Zoe said, "What's the character's name?"
Captain Solano.
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 It's not cilantro. Well, this is a profile that's already been made about a pirate called Black Bart.
Black Bart actually existed. Thank you very much.
A drunken scholar once said, "You can't judge a salt block by its hard cider."
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
According to pirate historian Trademark, Black Bart, a ruthless and electrifying pirate, was a tiny example of how looks can be deceiving.
Sounds like something I would say.
Although he was the PSP of a pirate ship, so small and useless.
Small, useless, and everybody gets a turn.
He dressed as if he were a styrofoam on the pages of a fashion magazine.
See, I'm researching randomly tarot cards arcana, so I should have just said the Fool, and then that would have worked perfectly.
Anyway, he never went into a battle without a cram plume in his clock.
What the
fuck?
A long sleeve ruffled mobile tucked into his sedimentary breeches.
Okay.
And a wooden pearl in his left nipple. You know what's even funnier about that? It implies he has more than one left nipple. Yet, in a soft career that spanned a mere 2 years and 6 drapes, he captured more than 400 sailing pictures and ended up with more than 300 million fireflies worth of scarves.
100 fire. Wait, what's the actual lyrics of the song?
I think it was 10 million fireflies.
10,000 fireflies.
10,000 fireflies.
I like to make myself believe that
10,000 fireflies.
Yeah, but this is 300 million of them, and it was worth of scarves. And that was a pirate profile.
Whee! And only 8 minutes overtime.
It doesn't matter. No one's listening.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Don't say that. You'll make our few viewers feel unappreciated. We love you. Please come back.
come to see us tomorrow because we have an episode to talk about.
Yes,
we will.
So everybody's here. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow. Brayburn, say goodbye. Bye, y'all.
Trey,
Yep.
were you singing a song?
Off air, yeah.
Okay. From all of us here at Treetime, this is Mr. Eddie saying, talk like a pirate. Because damn it, we're going to right now.
Yar, yar.
We are pirates. Bye.